What's going on, y'all? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Big Ed, the Assassin. I just want to say I apologize for not putting videos up for a while. Just that I've been busy working, pulling in overtime, trying to do stuff like that. And I also had time to buy a lot of CDs, a lot of albums. So you're gonna see a lot of these reviews in the near future. So just bear with me as I'm making this happen. Okay, anyway, in case y'all don't know who Big Ed is or was, Big Ed was an artist from California, I believe Richmond to be exact. And he moved to New Orleans with Master P with the label No Limit Records. This is his very first album, and this is the real deal. I know how I do. And I want to say rest in peace, Big Ed, as well. The producers of this album were Les G, MP, Mixter Mix, KLC, Craig B, Carlos, Odell, and Moby Dick. And the features were Silk the Shocker, Mystical, Master P, Mia X, C Murder, Snoop Dogg, Mac, Steady Mobbin, Odell, Fiend, Magic, Mr. Servon, and the Gambino family. Alright, so let's go with the songs now. The first one is the intro, pretty funny intro. My Entourage, this features Silk and Mystical. The way this song starts off, this thing is bumping, man. Like, that beat goes hard. Silk come through with a nice verse. Big Ed does well. Mystical come with a dope verse, and he does an awesome job with that, you know what I mean? Then I'm gonna go down to Rodeo. This features Silk and Mia X, I believe. This song is pretty straight. This is a song about women riding like the rodeo, stuff like that. He also has a video for this song as well. As a result, the song is pretty nice. It's a nice little radio track, radio song, you know, that you can play with your girl, stuff like that. Make Some Room. This features Mia X, Snoop Dogg, C Murder. I can't remember all of them, but and Mac too. Mac comes through with a dope verse. This song is pretty much on some get amped, get crunk type deal, you know what I'm saying? Big Ed come through with a dope verse and all that stuff. Everybody came through in their own unique way, you know what I'm saying? And Snoop Dogg to me was probably, I don't know, he just don't sound right on these type of songs. But anyway, to each his own. Weed Some, that's the next name of the track. This features Steady Mobbin. And also be on the lookout for the Steady Mobbin album that I'm coming out with soon, so be on the lookout for that. But anyway, this song is real tight, and Big Ed come through with a nice verse. I like the way he starts. He said, "Arr," you know what I mean? Come through with a nice verse. Steady Mobbin does a nice job as well, and that beat is pretty crunk, you know. Life, this features Master P. I really dig this track right here. The way it sounds, you already know it's gonna be on some dark, crazy situation, you know, and Big Ed tells a nice little story about how he almost got set up. And like I said, you have to listen to it. I'm not going to explain the whole song, but this is probably one of my personal favorites off of the album. Like, I really dig it. That beat just reminds me of some dark stuff, man, the way it sounds. The next one is called Uh-Oh. This features Fiend, Mystical, and Master P. Mystical comes through with a dope ass verse, man, and that beat is nice as well. Then Fiend comes through with a straight verse as well. Then Big Ed finishes it off real nice, and then Master P does the hook and stuff like that. I Miss Him. This features Odell and Mac. Now there's some other singers on there too, but I didn't see any credit for it. But anyway, I'm not really into songs like this, but this is actually pretty good, you know what I mean? This is pretty much about how much, kind of a rest in peace track. Big Ed comes through with a nice verse. That hook is really nice. Odell singing on the hook. Mac comes through with a nice verse as well. And then at the end there's some singing, and I really dig it, man. When I heard that singing part towards the end, I couldn't help to play it back over. It's really nice. The next one is called Buckham. This features Fiend and Magic, right? I believe. And Fiend comes through with the hook, and he comes through with a nice verse. Magic comes through with a dope verse as well. Big Ed comes through with that hard verse, man. This is probably one of my favorite Big Ed verses, man. Real talk. And that beat goes hard as well. Then I'm gonna go down to We Represent. This features Mia X, C Murder, Mr. Servon, and Silk. I believe that's right. But this song is nice as well. It's kind of laid back. Mia X does the hook, and she comes with a verse, and she does well with that. Then Big Ed comes through with a nice verse. Then C Murder is crazy. He said N-O-L-I-M-I to the motherfucking T. I like the way he says that. It's hard. And then Mr. Servon comes through with a nice verse. And then Silk is just like talking. He's not really rapping. And I'm being serious. I mean, he's really talking. He's not rapping. It's a nice track. The next one is called, I'm gonna go down to Shake 'Em Up. This features a good bit of people: Gambino family, C Murder, and some other cats. I can't remember. I think Mac is on here too. Yeah, I think Mac is on here. Yeah, Mac comes through with a dope verse. Big Ed does well. Gambino family. You know, if you hear the beat, you would pretty much know it's a Gambino track from the way you know what I mean, you hear the beat. Then Come Home With Me. This features Mr. Servon and Moby Dick, I believe. I'm not really into these type of love-making songs or sex songs, but this song is actually pretty nice. Big Ed comes through with a nice verse. Mr. Servon does well. And that hook is pretty cool, man. Like, it's really laid back. Then Come Get Me is a really nice track. Mia X, kind of like the hype gal on this song, you know what I mean? Big Ed comes through with some nice verses. Then Scriptures is really dope, man. I mean, the way it sounds, you already know he's about some militant, go to war type status, you know what I'm saying? And I believe he's taking shots at a well-known artist from New Orleans. I'm not gonna say the name, but he comes through with a dope verse, man. He's pretty much just rapping a long verse, and then just ends off like boom. All right, so that's it. That's all the songs I reviewed for this album. To rate this out of a 10, I would give this a 8.5 to a 9, so like an 8.75. Big Ed shows that he really holds his own throughout this album. There's a lot of filler tracks on here in a way, but not really a lot, but there's a couple that I really wouldn't mind. I wouldn't bump really, but overall, this album is really bumping. One of the best albums that came out around that time back in '98. And for those that don't know, '98 was like one of my favorite years when it came to rap music, you know what I mean? Good luck trying to find this album. You might find it for a decent price if you really want to hear the CD, because they don't have it on the streams as far as I'm concerned. But this is probably one of my personal favorite albums from the No Limit Records around that time. All right, so like I said, pick this thing up if you can, because I don't think it's too much of them out there around lately. So, but that's it. Rest in peace to Big Ed. Rest in peace to Magic. And I believe I might be missing someone else. I'm not too sure. But free C Murder, free Mac. And also shout out to the whole No Limit camp, things like that. And shout out to all the features and all the producers. All right. Much love to the real folks. And I'll be on here back with another review. All right. Peace out, guys.